Hi, my name is Lynn, and this is my second video. The first one wouldn't upload. Go figure. I don't know what I'm doing. I did it on my computer. I think the file was too big, but at any rate, I'm trying this again. Don't know what'll happen. We'll see. Just excuse me because I really haven't the foggiest notion of what I'm doing or how to do this, but I don't know. I'm trying. But at any rate, the reason I'm doing this video is that I would like to video my journey to weight loss surgery and what happens afterwards and my weight loss and the whole 9 yards. I'm hoping that it'll help people that are going through the same journey that I am. I'm sorry, I'm turning. I just realized that the window is right there and it's kind of glaring into the video. But at any rate, to make a long story short, growing up I was underweight. Didn't really have an appetite. I had asthma, and the medicine that I took for asthma made me nauseated, and so I just never really was an eater, I guess. I can remember going on dates, and the guy would treat me, and I'd eat about maybe half of what was on my plate, and I'd be done. And he'd say, well, is that all you're going to eat? I paid this much money for this meal. And I was like, really? But at any rate, I said, well, I enjoyed what I ate, but if I eat any more, I'm going to be too full, and that's not comfortable for me, If you want to take the leftovers home, you are welcome to. Whatever. But at any rate, I just wasn't a big eater, and even in my early adult years, I never really ate a lot. I did start to grow out of my asthma around 2021 and didn't have a lot of problems with it anymore until I got pregnant at the age of 26. But even in that time, I really wasn't a big eater, I guess, because by then it was, habit to not eat big servings, and so then, when I got pregnant, all of a sudden I found out I had an appetite where I would sit down and eat a little piece of meat and a few vegetables and a little bit of whatever. I could eat everything on my plate. I was hungry. I gained 64 pounds while I was pregnant. And a lot of that was I craved dairy. And I found out later that I lost a lot of calcium during my pregnancy. And so I guess that's why I craved dairy. But at any rate, after that, I didn't have a big problem with weight. I was overweight, quite often, but, I'd probably be between 25 and a 25 BMI and a 30 BMI, but nothing horrendous, and I could lose the weight easily. And I guess because I had a metabolism in those days. What's metabolism? It's something I have completely lost sight of. I don't think I've got a metabolism anymore. But and I also smoked. After the asthma got better, I started smoking, and if I could go back and chop my hand off on the day I started smoking, I probably would have never started. But hindsight is always 20/20. But at any rate, I quit smoking when I was 39, March 9th, 1990. I guess that dates me too, doesn't it? But at any rate, after that, I piled weight on. I had never been so hungry, and I wasn't even particular. Now, some people crave salty foods, and others crave sweets. I craved everything. That was bad for me. And I just piled weight on. By the time I had my hysterectomy in 1998, I was 230 something pounds. And I didn't stop there. I just kept piling it on and piling it on and piling it on. And in 2005, I had pneumonia, which was not the first time I ever had pneumonia, but they did the chest x-ray. And my doctor said, Lynn, your heart's a little bit enlarged. And seeing as my family dies of heart disease, I mean, I always say it's our modus operandus. We die with heart attacks, heart failure, stroke, circulatory system stuff, I mean, never had cancer in our family. We don't die of that. We die of heart disease, heart failure, congestive heart failure. We're heart people, I guess. I don't know, but that's how we do it. But at any rate, that kind of scared me because of our family history, and got some tests run, and fortunately it turned out that my heart was fine. But I went on a big weight loss program, and I did really, really well. Ate well, did what I was supposed to, just did. I worked out 5 days a week. I did cardio, did weight training. I mean, I didn't miss a day. I got sick a few times, and whereas before, as soon as I got sick and got out of the habit, I would quit exercising. I didn't do it this time. I got back up on the horse, and I was at it again. And, I mean, just did so well until my brother had a heart attack. And my brother was 13 years younger than me, and I don't know, he was 42. And at the age of 42, he was the sickest patient in the cardiac care unit. The sickest patient. There were people that were 80 years old in there, and he was sicker than they were. I mean, it just played with my mind. And I gave up. I quit exercising. I quit. And of course we were living in the CCU waiting room practically, and so I was eating a lot of hospital food and a lot of food that wasn't what I would have normally eaten. I wasn't exercising, got out of the habit of all of that, and then on top of that, I just couldn't get back to it. I just kept thinking about my brother and his heart attack, and how unfair it was that I, who was 13 years older, had a heart that was perfectly fine, and he nearly died from a heart attack. The doctor said he was amazed that he even survived it because it was so massive. And I didn't know how to cope with that. I truly didn't. And so, since then, I've been on Weight Watchers, been off Weight Watchers, gained 20 pounds more than I lost on Weight Watchers, and done the whole yo-yo thing, just plan after plan after plan. Never done crazy diets, except one time in my life I did the water diet. Never do that again. You spend all your time in the bathroom when you do the water diet. Don't do that. But at any rate, so finally in about the last 6 or 7 years, I have started to develop a lot of arthritis. And it started out in my neck, so I keep telling my doctor, it's not just all weight related. My brain's not that heavy, really. It's not, really. But You know, I've got it in my knees, I've got it in my feet, I've got it in my ankles. And in January, my knees got a lot worse. And then I started having pain in my lower back, down into my buttocks. Just don't know how else to say it. You know, my butt hurts. It turned out that's the SI joint dysfunction, and it is really, really handicapping me. I can't stand for more than 5 minutes, and I'm not in excruciating pain. I've heard SI joint dysfunction was bad, and the SI joint is that joint between your spinal column and your pelvis in your back, and it's not supposed to move at all, hardly. And I think mine moves a lot. I don't know, but it hurts. And I just, I finally had an appointment with my doctor in March because I had my wellness checkup. And I had lived for 3 months with this pain. And I expected when I went, I would get, when I went with my knees, it was lose weight, use a cane. When I went with my feet, it was lose weight, use a cane. Lose weight, yeah, duh. But, it is what it is. And I would try to lose weight, and I would lose some significant weight. And then I would lose it and regain it all back in 20 pounds more, And my doctor couldn't even understand why, I was afraid to diet. I'm afraid to try to lose weight anymore because I can't gain anymore, or I'm not going to be able to move. But at any rate, when I went in March with this problem, instead of saying you need to lose weight, which is what I expected, he looked at me and he said, "Lynn, you need weight loss surgery." Whew, that scared me. I mean, weight loss surgery, really? And I know a lot of things have changed, but it scared me. And so he was going to refer me to a weight loss doctor in Hattiesburg, but my whole family is in the Jackson. Oh, and I'm from Mississippi, by the way. But my whole family, lives in the Jackson-Brandon area. And so just going south of me just wouldn't work. It would be better to go north because I would have more, family support and everything. And so did a lot of research. I figured by the time I actually have the surgery, I could do it myself because I have researched it so much. Maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't do that while I'm awake, But at any rate, that's where I'm at now. That's how I got here. It is what it is. I guess I'll give you my stats. I got to end this pretty soon. I hate to tell you how much I weigh. It's just so embarrassing to admit how big I am. When I weighed in January of 2016, when I started Weight Watchers again, I weighed 331 pounds. That is my highest weight that I know of. When I weighed at the bariatric center in April, I weighed 325 pounds. Almost back up to that 331. Just absolutely horrified me. And so I've got a lot of weight to lose, and I've got a long, long journey ahead of me. I'm hoping for support, and I'm hoping that other people following me can find support through me. And particularly people that are older, It's harder to do when you're older, and so I hope that they can follow me. But until my next video, which will be hopefully right after this one, if I can figure out how to upload it, goodbye. Be blessed. Love y'all. Bye.